What's up, Judies? Good girlfriends, good boyfriends, and everybody in between. So, I've been coming and going quite a bit, and just got back from Chicago. Been back for about a week now. It's got a lot that I have to get myself acclimated back into things I was doing before I went. Anyway, so myself and I invited a good girlfriend of mine from high school, Veronica, who I love dearly and haven't seen, God, in over 20 something years. We decided, hey, we're going to meet in Chicago because I had tickets for Madonna, her Madame X tour. Now, I'm going to give you the real lowdown tea from my point of view, my opinion. So this is my tea in regarding to the tour and the show and everything. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I was excited because you know what? I love legends. I love my divas. I love concerts. I love music. So it didn't matter what was she gonna do or not do. When I first heard that she was gonna tour. First and foremost, we all know that they did this lottery thing with Ticketmaster or Live Nation or whoever, and then I was like, okay, yeah, this is Madonna. This show is gonna sell out. It's gonna be tickets. It's gonna be hard to get. There's no way I'm gonna get picked, through this lottery. Now, I got picked, and I think a lot of that has to do with the analytics and everything with Ticketmaster's system. And I really think that how the computer picked was based on your spending. And I did a lot of spending through Ticketmaster and Live Nation, with Mariah, Diana, Michael Jackson 1 Cirque du Soleil show, Beatles Cirque du Soleil show. Oh my God. Throughout this whole past year, Broadway shows here in Houston, concerts. So I really think it was based on your spending habits, and that's how the computer picked. But I was glad to get these tickets, and they were good seats until that night. But okay, we're gonna talk about that in a little bit, like I said. So, made plans, and then I kept hearing, okay, everything was said. Kept hearing, oh, she's canceling this show. She's canceling that show. She's moving this show to the end of the tour. And I'm thinking, I've done already spent good amount of money on hotel, flights, et cetera, to go to Chicago. And I don't want to go to Chicago and not see this show. And as I told Veronica, if she cancels this show, now my show on Tuesday, October 16th, was really supposed to be the second show of the Chicago shows. But she moved the first show, supposedly it's going to be on the 28th, okay? Well, I said, shit, if she cancels, we're going to go down to Club Berlin, and we're going to get us off and find us some Madonna impersonators. We're going to get an Alexa speaker system, and we're gonna have these chicks perform the whole Madame X album right here in front of Chicago Theater. So it didn't happen that way. But the night came, and I said she should be good and rested. Okay, so some people, and I'm not gonna debate some people online because, like I've already said, if you went, why am I gonna debate you about this concert? Because if you liked it or not, Madame X already has our money, and she been deposited that money, or Live Nation got that money. So why am I going to debate you? You were there, and if you didn't stay, oh, that's your problem. You didn't like it, that's your tea. That's not my tea. Okay? And there are a lot of fans out there who really wish they could go to the show. Now, what kills me about the whole thing is that you got people online with these interviews and these articles and the comments. Oh, I wouldn't pay this money. Oh, she old hat. She ain't this, she ain't that. She'll never get my dollars. Oh, it sucks. I bet it sucks. Blah, 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 blah. Hush that noise. Hush. Especially if you didn't pay the money to go. You really have no right. Yes, I know you have your constitutional right to voice your opinion and free speech and all that. But if you were not one of the 2,000, 3,000 people sitting in one of these theaters, You ain't got no right to say what sucked and what didn't suck. Only thing you can say sucked is some what you've been through. Okay. Then let's talk about the people, how they're talking about the whole thing about the phones being locked up. Okay, I've experienced this already. I've been to a Kevin Hart movie premiere. I went to another, then there's Dave Chappelle. I'm sorry, but this is the way it is. And I'm as guilty as anybody else. Have my phone out and got my phone up, and before you even get to the parking lot at the end of the show, pretty much the whole show or half of the show is online, okay? But in this day and age, you want to share this experience with your friends and your family. And I understand what she's saying. This is this is not just another concert tour. This is a theatrical experience that she's putting on, okay? And she worked very hard on it. And if you go see Hamilton, if you go see, Dear Evan Hansen or something like that, you can't have your phone out. It don't matter if it's Hello Dolly with Bette Midler. They don't allow you to have your phone out doing a theatrical experience. And this was her theatrical experience. This is what she wanted to, do. This is like her one-woman show, but with dancers and everything, So you got to respect her on that. You got to respect her. Because you done gotten into the norm of wanting to put your phone out and record everything. Yes, you want to keep the experience, you want to share the experience, but you do have to respect the artist. And if you really love this artist, you're going to respect her wishes, okay? And it really was not all that confusion as some people are trying to put out. No, you walked in the theater. There was a guy outside. He gave you a little ticket. Okay, now this is the tour book, okay? And this is the ticket, basically, you see? This is to remind you and to show the people at the theater where your seats are, okay? And for you to remind yourself of where your seats are. Because when you got there, that's what they gave you. And it's also a great little souvenir. Especially, in this day and age of how people are doing tickets. So when we got there, they took your phone, they put it in a little safe pouch, and they closed it up, and you couldn't open it again until the end of the night. That's all. It wasn't. And now, if it became a clusterfuck, it happened when everybody's trying to rush in there at 10:30. Okay. Now I know when we got there, it was close to 10 o'clock. So, and it wasn't an issue. Even to get souvenirs or to get, merchandise. Like I said, this is a tour book. I'm going to give you a few shots here and there. And actually, I think this is one of the coolest tour books she's done because I've been to the last few shows and they kind of been generic books. But, I love this one. This is the 30 years of, page to acknowledge like a prayer. And that's her, as she say, her baby Madame X. But this is what's really cool. This is what makes it a collector's item. These are pop-up dolls. These are little paper dolls. And you can put her, exchange, pop them out, maybe make a collage, put different outfits. And then in the back, these are postcards, okay? Now, I don't know if you order this book online, if it's going to be the same thing. Of course, I have a shirt, but I had my concert shirt personally made. It's not a bootleg. It was, you can say it's a bootleg, but it's personally made for me in my size based on, the first original t-shirts, because that's what I do. Except for the Kiss shirts, you might have seen me wear Kiss and a few other artists, especially like that. They acknowledge that they got older fans, and the older fans wear, are bigger sizes. So I'm able to get my size, 3X or whatever over on their websites. But this is the tour book. I also was able to get the vinyl copy of the album. And believe it or not, I bought it for $10 more than when I saw an open used copy at Reckless Records in Chicago. But that's neither here or there. So anyway, the show, and like I said, the show started, we knew it was getting a little late. I couldn't tell how late because I had no other way to tell time and nobody else around us did. All right, so the show started about 11 o'clock. Each part was in acts, just like a Broadway show. So it started off with an amazing quote and visual performance of James, at the beginning of God Control, and then, which was really amazing. And then it opened, like I said, opened up with a James Baldwin quote, and then she started with Gun Control. She went into Dark Ballet. Then, of course, she dropped Human Nature in there. And then after that, it was Express Yourself and a very short, very, very short Papa Don't Preach, which kind of, wasn't that short, but, she went into a whole thing about, this is her body now, Papa Don't Preach. She don't want to keep the baby. Instead of back in the day was, I'm going to keep the baby. Now it's, and she made sure, she, let everybody know it's a woman's choice. Act 2, there was some other surprises. She did Vogue, which the audience went up for. I can't remember. I think the song is called I Don't Search. She did, let me see, American Life, which was another big surprise because I wouldn't have thought she would have did American Life because that album wasn't that great, but it's a good song. But I get where she's, Act 3, let me see. I think that's where she was more doing she gave you like a nightclub or a bar feel. That's when she was telling us about her time in Lesbon and how she felt like, she was getting lonely and bored and fat. So it was like songs, quite a few songs, in Portuguese, a few songs from the album, Batuca, Killers Who Party, Crazy, La Isla Bonita was very short, and some other songs. And she did Medellin, she did Medellin, and that included some background visuals from the video. Now, after that, there was another act. Okay, so I think it was Act 4. I think we're Act 4. She did Rescue Me, Frozen. I remember Frozen was really good because really what it was the video where Lourdes is in this. She's dancing, and that actually was online previous to her going to Chicago, and it was beautiful because my friend was just really taken by it. And Lourdes is so beautiful. Looks like Madonna when Madonna was at her age. Future, and then of course at the end was Crave and Like a Prayer. Like a Prayer really was moving. It was great how they did it. It was very almost like a religious experience, and I love that part. Now, I didn't stay for the encore because it was already going on 1:30, and I had to get back to the hotel and get a flight home at like an hour later. But it was really a good concert. Like I said, and the thing what pissed me off is people who decided to shout out old Madonna songs. Papa, Material Girl, like a virgin, get into the groove, like you drunk ass cocained up motherfuckers. Excuse my mouth. That's what I wanted to scream out loud. But you know what? It's obvious they didn't pay attention to her media and her statements about her concerts. The woman is not trying to do oldie shows. Okay, if you want oldies, then you need to go ahead and sit yourself at home and listen to your old Madonna records, because she's not doing it on this tour. She's giving you what she's giving you, and there's a reason why she's giving you the older songs, because they fit inside her story. Okay, but overall, this is one of the best shows, and if you really want something intimate, this is the best way to go. Okay. And if she's coming to your town, well, she's going to be in Miami, she's going to be in Philadelphia, she's going to go overseas. Please, you know what? Give it a chance. Give her a chance, because she's showing you she is a true artist. And on that note, until I see you again, you tell your mama I say hey, and you get her a ticket for Madame X. All right? Mwah.